For today's tutorial, I'm going to be showing you guys how to make a bohemian table runner. I'm going to be using a size 5.5mm crochet hook, a pair of scissors, and I'm going to be using various scrap yarns in a light color scheme. I am using up scraps, so I don't know exactly how much you'll be needing for this project, but I will put an approximation down in the description box. To begin, I'm just going to grab one of my scraps of yarn. You're going to start off with a slip knot. Chain up 5. You're going to slip stitch into the first chain there to form a ring. So that forms a circle. Then you will chain up 3. Work 2 double crochets into the center. So you have a total of 3 stitches. That first chain 3 counts as a double. You will chain 2. Insert 3 more double crochet into the center there. Chain 2 again. Work 3 more double crochets into the center. Chain 2 more and work 3 more into the center, 3 double crochets. Then you will chain 2 one more time, and then you'll slip stitch into the third chain from the beginning. So it's 1, 2, 3. So in that third stitch, we will slip stitch. Alright, and your first round is done. We are creating a granny square right now, and I know I've made these in a few of my other videos. So it's nothing new here. This should be one of the first things you learn to make as crocheting. So we're just going to make this granny square bigger. We're going to chain up 4. And then double crochet into the next space there. Insert 2 more double crochets into the same space. Now we're going to form another corner by chaining 2. Then you're going to work 3 double crochets into the same space. Chain 1, skip the next 3 stitches, work into the next space by double crocheting 3 times. So that's 1, 2, and 3. Chain 2, double crochet 3 more into the space. Chain 1. Skip the next 3 stitches, insert 3 double crochets into the space. Chain 2 and work 3 more into the space, 3 double crochets. Chain 1, skip the next 3 stitches, and then in the last space you will double crochet 3 times. Chain 2, and since we did the chain 4 from the beginning, 3 of those chains is a double crochet in this space, so all we have to do is add 2 more double crochets. And then slip stitch into the third chain to close the round. So that's what your piece should be looking like, just a simple granny square. You'll do that again by chaining 3. Insert 2 double crochets into the same space here. Chain 1, skip the next 3 stitches, and then in the space right there, the corner, we will double crochet 3. Chain 2, and insert 3 more double crochets into the corner. Chain 1, skip the next 3 stitches, and in the next space, double crochet 3. Chain 1, skip the next 3 stitches, and we're at the corner again, so we're going to insert 3 double crochets. Chain 2, and insert 3 double crochets again into the same space. Chain 1, and now the rest of this is really repetitive, so you will just chain 1, skip the next 3 stitches, and insert 3 double crochets into the next space. So it's really repetitive after that. 3 double crochets, chain 1, skip these stitches, and then create another corner. You will chain 1, skip the next 3 stitches, and then work 3 double crochets into the next space. Chain 1, skip the next 3 stitches, and now you're at a corner, so you will insert 3 double crochets. Chain 2, and work 3 more double crochets into the corner. I'll meet you back and I'll let you know how many rows I did for this granny square, and then we will continue. So I ended up creating 7 rows to create a large granny square. So now you will take a new piece of yarn. I'm going to be switching colors here to more of a cream color. You're going to attach your yarn at the space right before the corner. You can choose any space right before the corner, doesn't matter. So there's my corner. I'll insert my hook into that space and attach my new piece of yarn. Once you have attached your new piece of yarn, you will pull through to get it started. Chain up 3. This will count as your first double crochet. Insert 2 more double crochets into the same space. Chain 1, skip the next 3 stitches, and in the next space you're going to insert 3 double crochets. Chain 1, skip the next 3 stitches, insert 3 double crochets, and you will repeat that until you get to the space right before the next corner. So you will stop at this one. So I stopped at the space right before the next corner. So we were at the corner, so we will chain 1, skip these 3 stitches, and then in this space we will insert 3 double crochets. Chain 2, insert 3 more double crochets into the same space. You are forming a corner right here. Chain 1, skip the next 3 stitches, insert 3 double crochets into the next stitch. Chain 1, skip the next 3 stitches, and again you will insert 3 double crochets into the same space there. You will repeat this process until you get to this space right before the next corner, and you will stop right here. Okay, so this is what your piece should be looking like. 2 corners open, and then we have stitched up in between. So now you will turn your work, slip stitch into that first stitch there, and slip stitch into the next 2, and then slip stitch until you get to the space there. Now you will chain up 3, insert 2 double crochets into the same space there. That chain 3 counts as a double. Chain 1, skip the next 3 stitches and insert 3 double crochets. Chain 1, skip the next 3 stitches and insert 3 double crochets. You will repeat that process until you get to the corner here. Okay, so I'm at the corner. I'm going to chain 1, skip the next 3 stitches and insert 3 double crochets into that space. Chain 2 and insert 3 more double crochets into that corner space. Chain 1, skip the next 3 stitches, insert 3 double crochets. And you will repeat that process of chaining 1 and inserting 3 double crochets in each space until you get to this space right here, and then you will stop and I'll meet you back. Okay, so I worked it up until this last space here. I will turn my work again, slip stitch into that first stitch, and slip stitch all the way over until you get to the space. Now you will chain up 3. Again, this will count as your first double crochet, and then you'll insert 2 double crochets into the same space. Chain 1, skip the next 3 stitches and insert 3 double crochets into the next space. You will repeat that process till you get to the corner here. I'm at the corner, so I will form my next corner by inserting 3 double crochets, chaining 2, and then inserting 3 more double crochets into the same space. You will chain 1, skip the next 3 stitches and insert 3 double crochets into the next space there. And you will repeat that until you get to the last space on this row. This is what your piece should be looking like right now. I will show you one more round, but it's really repetitive after this, and I will do most of this off camera. You will turn your work, slip stitch the next 3 stitches, slip stitch into that space, chain up 3, this counts as your first double, insert 2 more double crochets into that same space, chain 1, skip the next 3 stitches and insert 3 double crochets into the next space. Repeat that until you get to the corner. Okay, so one more time I'll show you a corner. You'll insert 3 double crochets, chain 2, and insert 3 more double crochets into the center, or into that space. Chain 1 and then insert 3 double crochets into the next space. for the rest of the row. You will repeat this process. Okay, so I ended up doing 10 rows there, and then you can even extend this further down to complete it and make it longer, but I'm going to stop right here because I like this length. And then I'm going to do the exact same method that we did on this side. So I will attach my yarn right here at the corner, and then you can rewind this tape and do the exact same thing I just showed you. I crocheted 10 rows on each side. Now all you have to do is sew in your ends, and you are finished with your boho table runner.